Welcome to Mishawaka High School. We got an interesting game, only 2 minutes here left before the game. Varsity only basketball here tonight. I'm Matt Rendell alongside Harmony Lombardo. Harmony, welcome back. Second broadcast ever. First one, Daniel said you did a great job.
Yep.
We're back in action. We're going to get that mic closer to your mouth, of course. There we go. There we go. Harmony, we're looking, last game, we talked to Coach O. The last game they played was against Elkhart. We were here for that. I think probably their best half of basketball in that first half, not as great in the second, but this is a chance to get back on track tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Especially with their such a small team that they're going against, they could definitely get a win tonight.
Yeah, St. Thomas More, you took some notes here. Tell us a little bit about the school.
So this is their third year with varsity, and they're actually a pretty new school.
Yeah.
This is only their fifth year. They're new to the IHSA.
Yeah, brand new.
Brand new.
Yeah, so they're in what they say provisional status with the IHSA, so they can't participate in tournaments yet, but they can be part of the IHSA and do some of those things. So an exciting time for the girls basketball program at St. Thomas More. I know about them because my dad is helping out with the varsity soccer team, and St. Thomas More didn't have a boys team, but they had a co-ed team. So they played against the Mishawaka boys and actually played very well against them. So many of the girls that you will see tonight for St. Thomas More were on that soccer team. Also, an interesting note, 8 girls, lots of sisters. Tell us about it, Harmony.
Oh, yeah. So we have 3 groups of sisters. 2 of them actually played on soccer, too. It was Claire Craig and then Elizabeth Craig. Elizabeth is also one of the captains, too, alongside with Emily Downey, which is really good for their team. Then you also, Emily's sister, Grace Downey. Then you have Veronica Kalaska. And then Isabel Kalaska, too. They're also siblings.
So lots of exciting things here. We're going to be kicking it down to Mr. Jason DeWilkins to give you starting lineups.
Basketball contest between the visiting St. Thomas More Griffins and your Mishawaka Cavemen. And at this time, we ask that you please rise, gentlemen, and remove your caps and join us as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. If I can direct your attention to the court for the presentation of tonight's starting lineups, starting first with the visiting St. Thomas More Academy Griffins. She's a freshman, number 10, Isabel Kloska. A sophomore, number 1, Claire Craig. She's a junior, number 5, Julia Nagy. A senior, number 0, Emily Downey. And a senior, number 3, Elizabeth Craig. The Griffins head coach is Coach Bob King. And Caveman fans in the stands, get on your feet and make some noise as we proudly present to you the starting lineup for your Mishawaka At guard, she's a senior, number 2, Reese Baru. At guard, a junior, number 10, Millie Memo. number 11, Mariah Young. And forward a senior, number 12, Grace Matherly. And at senior, a forward, number 24, Holly Shine. The Mishawaka head coach's coach, Justin Overholzer.
Welcome back to Mishawaka High School. Great introduction there by Jason DeWilkins, announcer extraordinaire down there on the court. Matt Rendell, Harmony Lombardo. Turnover on the Cavemen to start as we are ready to go here in the cave for the 6 p.m. varsity starts. There's a foul, big hard fall.
Oh, yeah.
As Reese Boo ran into her.
It's that pressing. Sometimes if you press, you're going to foul.
Yeah, you're trying to get to the ball, trying to do some things. This is a good game for both of these teams. A different starting lineup here tonight. We didn't go over that yet here this evening, but you got 4 of the 5 main starters for the Cavemen. The one different one is going to be 22. That is not 22, 11. Mariah Young, the freshman. You're on the JV team. You know these players, but Young, a freshman, has been playing varsity since she started here. What do you know about her game?
She does really well, especially offensive-wise. Like, she's always trying to get open, always ready to go, getting that offense. And then especially defensive-wise, she's always on her feet, on her toes, always getting to where she needs to be, and really good defensive-wise especially. Yeah,
big three-pointer there from Reese Brew as she gets on the board. She hasn't found the scoring column very often as they're going to call a jump ball. Jump ball goes possession arrow. That's going to be kick ball to the Cavemen. Hit it. Another 2 points there. That's from Grace Matherly. She hadn't played very much. She got into that Elkhart game. That was the first time I saw her play this year, and that's a big bucket for the Cavemen.
Yeah, that's good.
And this is what we talked to Coach O about, that 1-2-2 half-court kind of trap press. You're going to see that trap right there at the midcourt. Good trap there by Mamalenti and Young.
Good, especially when you're pressuring them, too. Sometimes they get into their heads. Either they lose the ball or it's a foul on the team.
Well, and Young is doing a great job of pressuring that ball. She's got to be careful not to foul. Great job breaking the press by the Griffins, the St. Thomas More Griffins. They're going to try to get on the board. They cannot as it's turned over. And the Cavemen turn it right back over, and that's a sloppy gameplay. The Cavemen that's kind of haunted them this year as they haven't been able to hold on to the ball.
Yeah, they just got to make good passes to their teammate, especially when they're open.
Great move there on the steal as Matherly got the steal, took it up the court, and got the 2 points.
Yep.
And they're going to be a timeout. It looks like they're going to be a timeout by St. Thomas More as they are going to have to regroup. You can see the replay here. Great steal by Matherly. She takes it to the hoop. They try to get the swipe steal. She holds on to it, gets the bucket to go. Cavemen lead by 7. Harmony, early in this game, so far, what have the Cavemen done well to get the 7-point lead?
Getting up the court with the ball, especially just trying to get it up to the basket, get as many points as possible, especially in this first half. That's basically what their goal is. So then eventually in the second half, they're able to lead by more instead of what they have now.
Absolutely. A great shot of the team there. This is a team that's gotten off to a tough start on the year. Mm-hmm. We knew it was going to be up and down for them. And these were the games that they scheduled on purpose here so that they could try to not just get wins, but get competitive games. Some of the games, the NLC, we know how hard the NLC is.
Oh, yeah.
The other teams on the schedule can be difficult to play when you have to play Elkhart, who's a really good team, these other teams. So there's a good chance for the Cavemen not to just get on the board, get in the win column, but also say, hey, we're going to play competitive games, kind of like Jimtown. Jimtown was a nice game for them to play. They didn't win, but it's a game against a team that's comparable, and this is a chance for the Cavemen to do that. We didn't use any of them so far. This one is working.
Look at Mariah down there, always getting on defense. She's really on her toes today, especially during this game.
3-pointers up, and it's up and no good. The Cavemen come away with the rebound. A good look there after breaking the press. And we'll see what we haven't really seen the half-court defense from the Griffins as they're going to drop into what looks like a 2-3 zone. Yeah. They're going to play that middle part of that back zone up a little bit higher as you see her kind of going with Matherly there. And that's going to be 3, Grace Matherly never got out of that lane, and that's going to cause that 3-second call. Yeah,
you just got to watch and count how many seconds you're in that paint before they call it.
Yeah, and that's an easy turnover not to have. You only got to get that 1 foot out. So if you can try to notice that, that'll be helpful. But the Cavemen will try to get this press going again. Press is broken, layups up, no good as Matherly gets the rebound.
That was good by Reese Brew, too. She was on her, making sure that she didn't foul. She had her hands up, and then she missed her shot, and then she got it up.
Holly Shines tries the jumper, can't get it to go, but the offensive rebound by Matherly as she gets that to go. And the Cavemen are on the board again. Main ball handler here, number 3, Elizabeth Craig, one of those captains we talked about. Seniors as Young knocks it out of bounds, but it goes off the ref, and it's still in bounds. I don't know if that was out of bounds, but they're going to call it out. It was definitely going out till it hit the ref.
Oh, yeah.
But that's going to be Griffin's ball. On the court right now for the Griffins, you have number 3, Elizabeth Craig, number 1, Claire Craig. Also number 10, that is Isabel Kloska. It looks like number 0, Emily Downey, the second co-captain. And now with the ball is going up for the hook shot, up and blocked. They're going to call a foul. And that's a tough call. That's a good block there by Matherly, but they're going to get her for the foul. And that person going up for that hook shot was number 5, Julia Nagy. She'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to do what you have to do in order to get the ball back, even if it makes you draw up a foul. You just got to get the ball and hopefully that you get it and they don't see the foul.
Right. And I don't know, that was a good block. You heard the ball, but they're going to say maybe some lower body contact as it looks like Grace Betzer's going to be checking in the game for the Cavemen. Oh, boy. That was up high off the backboard.
Yeah.
As Nagy's going to have to do a little bit better job getting that thing with more touch. There it is.
There we go.
First one didn't look good. The second one much better. She goes 1 for 2 from the line, and that gets the Griffins on the board for the first time tonight. Betzer gets it up over half court. And the Cavemen will set up their offense against this 2-3 zone. It'll be Reese Brew to initiate offense. Over to Mamalensi. She's open. Pump fakes. Drives in. Back out to Brew. That's a travel. And right there.
He's got happy feet.
And that's some frustration right there. You see Holly Shine and Millie Mamalensi both in the same spot at the same time. That's not what you want. As the Cavemen will drop back into this 1-2-2 half-court press. Not the full-court press that they started with, but this half-court press that they're going to try to press in those corners here as they get it over half court.
Yeah, sometimes that press actually does work very well and gets the opponents like really flimsy with the ball. Sometimes they even lose the ball out of bounds if they go over the head with it.
Yeah, good drive there by Claire Craig. Claire Craig got the ball in over to Elizabeth Craig. As Harmony talked about at the start of the broadcast, lots of sisters here.
Oh, yeah.
Of the 8 players on the roster, 6 of them are pairs of sisters. So you got the Craig sisters, Claire and Elizabeth. You got the Kloska sisters, Veronica, Isabel. And then the Downey sisters and Grace and Emily.
Sometimes it's that sister power
that
really helps up on the court.
That's a 3-pointer. That's up no good by Kloska, but the offensive rebound, that's been one of the struggles with the Cavemen this year has been the offensive rebounding, but they're going to call a foul on Griffin. Daniel and I have talked on the broadcast this year. the Cavemen girls basketball team has really struggled rebounding the ball. They haven't really been aggressive in going to the ball, and I know Coach O has been working with them on that.
Yeah, they just got to box out, get their opponents out of there, so then they're able to retrieve the ball and get it up the court.
Yeah, and it's about finishing those plays as the Cavemen will try to finish this offensive possession with a three-pointer up, no good by Betzer. But there's an offensive rebound by Reese Brew. She drives, takes the mid-range jumper. It's up, no good. And another offensive rebound this time, Young, no good. Betzer with a fourth try, and she gets it to go for two.
Yeah, but sometimes with their rebounds, they actually really get it up, especially Mariah. She's always, like, up there in the net, ready to get the ball and put it back up there for their team.
Yeah, it's a good job by the Cavemen getting up on the offensive glass, getting the 2 points. Not a lot of second chance points by the Cavemen, and that's definitely going to be a foul.
Yep.
I don't know which one they're going to get. It could have been Brew or Betzer there. We'll see what they call, as it'll be the Griffins going to the line for two. They are going to call Brew. That's probably what I thought.
Yeah.
Reese Brew's going to get it on the hold on the arm. That's going to send number 1, Claire Craig, to the line for 2 free throws. Second free throw's up, no good. 0 for 2 from the line as the Griffins can't get on the board and the Cavemen rebound it.
Sometimes you just got to take it slow and easy and put it up there.
Brew thought about the 3. She already made one here tonight. And she thought about it again, and she's going to travel.
Just happy feet. Sometimes you get a bit too excited to go up and drive.
It's often on those ball fakes. You catch the ball, I set my feet, ball fake, and then I take a step before I dribble. And so you got to make sure you get that ball on the ground before you take that dribble.
Yeah, you just got to be careful with your feet, especially when you're ball handling too. If you're a really good ball handler, sometimes you're going to mess up those shots.
Yeah. Cavemen drop into the 2-3 zone now. As in just a few minutes, I'm going to be stepping away, but the three-pointer is up and good. That is Elizabeth Craig, one of the senior captains, with nothing but net there as they cut the Cavemen lead to 7.
Yep. And they're pressing right now, actually, for that full court press.
Yeah, there's going to be a foul this time on Isabel Kloska as Grace Betzer falls out of bounds, but she was pushed. Daniel Phillips is going to be taking over here in a few minutes here with Harmony Lombardo. An exciting game of basketball here tonight as the Mishawaka Cavemen will take a timeout. That timeout is going to be a full timeout as we are going to take a break with them. Cavemen lead 11-4 here on the Mishawaka Network.
Welcome back, folks. If you're hearing the new voice, no need to adjust your volume or TV settings. It is somebody different. I'm in here for Mr. Matt Randall. I'm Daniel Phillips alongside Harmony Lombardo, bringing to you St. Thomas More versus Mishawaka Cavemen here in the cave. Let's go ahead and get this started. Grace Matherly kicks it outside. Mamalenti, 3, no good.
Yeah, the Cavemen, they really got to get up there for those offensive rebounds, especially missing those threes. You really have to crash the boards and then get at least a 2-up, especially if it's a miss.
That 3, no good. Taken by Downey, Grace Downey, the freshman here on this St. Thomas More Griffins squad. I was just told that this is their 4th year only of varsity girls basketball, which is insane. 5th year as a school.
Oh, yeah. They're a very small school, too. Only around 200 students.
That's insane. Brew's going to take a three. No good from the wing. Rebounded by Betzer, and they'll reset things here. Caveman off to an early lead by 7, and Lenti going to get tripped up, and let's see what they call here. Okay, they'll say no foul, but last touch by the Griffins. And we've got some substitutions here. Young and Brew will take a seat. Grayless and Shine will check in. Grayless and Johnson will check in.
Yeah, Grayless, she's been doing really well this season, especially on varsity. Even if she doesn't get much playing time, she does really well. She's always open sometimes and then always really good on defense.
Off the missed shot by Memolenti, rebounded by Johnson. And they'll call a traveling violation there to go the other way.
Just those happy feet. You really got to watch where your feet is. Sometimes you get a bit too excited.
Yeah, if you don't know where your feet are, especially on a basketball court, you're in big trouble. It's going to be a quick whistle every single time going the other way.
Oh, yeah.
That shot is good by one of their most notable players, Elizabeth Craig, the senior leader, nailing it from 3.
Yeah, Cayman, they really just got to get their hands up, block the shot, so then they're not making those threes. Because once they make those threes, it's an easy way to get them back up and then maybe even lead over the Cavemen.
Cavemen will turn the ball over there, and we've got some subs for the Griffins. Veronica Kloska will check in. Driving in, reverse layup. That one is no good. The attempt by Emily Downey. About a minute 15 left here in this first quarter. The Cavemen still hold a comfortable lead with 4. Betzer the 3, no good, too long, and rebounded, taken the other way by Craig.
If only the Cavemen, they were really there crashing the boards, they could have gotten at least a 2, hopefully.
No good on the teardrop, rebounded, shot again, too far to the right. Cavemen will rebound it, take it the other way. Off the miss from Downey, Emily Downey. You got 3 pairs of sisters, so it'll be a fun day with names, as Holly Shine's going to miss that one short, and Johnson's going to float that one up and in for 2.
That's what I was talking about, crashing the boards. Sometimes if it's a missed shot, then you're able to get those points right back.
Passing it around, driving in. Craig, no good on the layup try. Betzer's got it, head full of steam, looking to make something happen. 1-on-2, she goes up, no good. Johnson goes up, she's no good. And Grayless made contact with the jump ball. The possession arrow is in favor of the Griffins, so it'll go their way. Definitely a nice hustle there by Grayless.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to dive after that rebound. Fortunately, a Griffin was there as well, and they end up with the rock here.
Yeah, sometimes you just got to take those risks and hope that it's not a jump ball and just try to rip the ball and get it right back up.
Craig trying to nail a buzzer beater at the last second, was a little bit too short, and that's how the first quarter will result. The score so far, 13-7 in favor of Mishawaka as they hold a comfortable lead over the St. Thomas More Griffins here on the Mishawaka Network.
Forte Waterproofing is celebrating over 60 years of satisfied customers. Experience, innovation, hard work, confidence, pride, honesty, integrity, determined, committed to achieve excellence. Fix it with Forte, fix it for good.
Welcome back here, folks, as we start the second quarter here matchup between the St. Thomas More Griffins and the Mishawaka Cavemen here in the Cave. It's an interesting matchup we have here. The Cavemen, they're off to a rough start here on the season. They're trying to get the wheels turning a little bit, and they face a very, very small school of you said about 200 students
Yeah.
in St. Thomas More. An interesting pair of teams here facing off today as Johnson will hit that one from the corner and extend their lead now to 9.
Yeah, the Griffins, they only have 8 girls, too, so that could be the advantage for the Cavemen, too, especially since they have a lot of players. They can sub in, sub out more players than what the Griffins can.
That's right. That one foul called, they say, on Grace Matherly. A reach in, and it'll stay with the Griffins here. I understand it was almost a clean steal. There's sometimes certain contact in certain areas that the official sees, and they'll blow the whistle every time.
Yeah, you just got to watch where your hands are at and then hope that it's not going to be a foul. Sometimes they will just call it even if you're just tapping the ball.
That one a little bit of a delayed whistle there, but they will call a shooting foul. In the act of shooting, number 1, Claire Craig, sister of Elizabeth Craig, she'll shoot 2 free throws here. That first one is good.
Very good shot, especially with all the noise that's going around. You just got to block out the noise and then just take your time and get the ball up.
Second free throw here to cut more into this lead, and she will nail that one as well. 7 points now separate these two teams as that one slips right through the hands of Johnson and out of bounds. A tough and disappointing turnover there for the Cavemen.
Yeah, you just got to really make sure that you have a grip on the ball so that you're not losing it, because that's an easy turnover and could get the Griffins up into a lead.
Right, and it's one that's just kind of like a silly mistake, something that you never want to happen because it should be pretty routine.
Yeah.
That one may have been last touched by Mamalenti. They won't call it that way. They say Elizabeth Craig touched it last, so it's white ball. Mamalenti has no problem with that call there, and they'll set things up. Gulias nearly tosses it away from her teammate, but Mamalenti's able to track it down, and before she crosses half court, she's fouled.
Yeah, those press are really going to get into the girls' heads, especially the full court ones, but sometimes they actually get it through and draw up fouls, which could help it up to their advantage.
Yeah, no doubt. Craig, a very good basketball player, like I said early on in the broadcast, one of the most notable here on this Griffins roster.
Yeah.
She's called for the foul there. It's her first one today, and Matherly in some trouble, kicks it out. Grayless finds Mamalenti, and that one's short, tipped around. And that one's last touch white, so it'll be Griffin's ball here.
Those silly mistakes that you were talking about, especially not getting the balls, too. You just got to make really good passes. Look who's wide open, too, in order to get the ball to stay in the court.
Yeah, and it's about those rebounds, too. Securing those rebounds is a big thing.
Yeah.
It's a tough task to secure a rebound with one hand, one arm, no matter what height and length that you hold. Got to go with the old fundamental. And jump ball is called there. Veronica Kloska got in some trouble there, tied up. And the arrow, again, is in favor of the Griffins here.
It's the Cavemen with their traps. Sometimes it gets into the Griffins' heads, and then they kind of fumbled the ball a little bit.
They'll call a foul there. This one, an offensive foul on the Griffins, and now it's Caveman ball. So just like that, it'll go the other way. Something we've seen a lot in these Caveman girls basketball games is a lot of turnovers, which is not what you want.
Yeah.
And that's taken away from opportunities to score buckets and continue growing your point average and hopefully win the ball game.
Yeah.
That one's going to go out of bounds. Let's see who they say touched it last. They're staying on the Caveman side of the court, so they're going to say the Griffins touched the ball last. Got some subs. Reese Brew checking in for Mamalenti. And the thing about those turnovers, Harmony, is just it's one of the worst things that you can have in any sport. You never want to turn the ball over because of lost possession, and you want the ball in your hands and able to score, so you're able to score points.
Yeah, and especially if you get those turnovers, the team could easily get points up, too, if you are not quick enough to get right back on defense.
Yeah, no doubt. 30-second timeout there called, and we'll keep this one here the Cavemen are in decent shape. When you're leading by 7, you're in decent shape. But you could also say that there are a little too many mistakes that have been made so far today, most notably those turnovers that we keep seeing happening here before our eyes over and over and over again. We saw it a lot last season too, and it was one of the biggest things that held back that Caveman team last year.
Yeah, they just got to really slow it down on the court too, not to go too fast, because once you go too fast, you start to fumble over, and then that's how they get the easy turnovers. So you just kind of got to slow it down, take your time a little bit, and then go do what you need to do.
Reese Brew, the senior leader for the Maroon and White, will go ahead and inbound this one. She finds Grace Matherly. Matherly goes up. Routinely is no good on that one.
She's got Grace Matherly. Even with her height, she really just has to jump and get that shot up, because sometimes she's not always going to make it.
Last touch there by the Cavemen. Now the Griffins will take this one back. Let's see if they stick to this trapping defensively.
Yeah, their traps have been really helping them, especially with the turnovers too. I think it's been really helping them personally, because they've been getting a lot of points from the traps.
Right, and like you said, they're getting into the heads of these Griffins. I mean, once you're able to get somebody, whoa, big block there by Matherly. It's going the other way. Brew to lay it up, no good. Tries to get her own rebound, and somebody touched the last before it went out of bounds. They'll say it was someone wearing a blue jersey. So Reese Brew will go ahead and inbound it again after the missed layup.
Yeah, earlier Matherly, she did that down here too, and she got called a foul, but then she came back, did it again, and she's like, I am here, I am ready to get this ball back and get my team up.
That's right. She missed a shot there. It's rebounded loosely by Brew, and it's called the jump ball. The possession arrow is in favor of the Cavemen, so they'll maintain possession here. Grayless finds an open Brew. Brew pump fakes, drives in, goes up, no good. Rebounded by her teammate Matherly, and she's no good either. This one finally secured by the Griffins, and they'll take it the other way.
He's got to box out or drive into the basket in order to get those rebounds.
Nice jump here. Interception by Nia Johnson. Big takeaway there for the Cavemen, and those steals kind of shoot a little bolt of electricity into your team on the other end as well. Off the miss there. Scramble for the ball again. She's going to maintain the rock. Has somebody open and just completely misses her there.
Yeah, you always got to look. You got to keep your eyes wide open and make sure that you know where you're passing to and make sure that person is still there in order to get that pass and get that shot up. Because once you look away for a second, they could be gone, and then it's out of bounds into the other team.
We see again that great steal, then saved by Johnson. She just jumps the gun immediately. Intercepts that pass and saves it. Big athletic display there from Johnson as Matherly's going to miss that one. Young's going to go right back up for the second chance bucket.
Yeah, Young, she's really good at driving into the basket and getting her team's points right back up, even if they miss it. She's always there right under the basket, getting those shots up.
That was a miss from Claire Craig, and it's off the foot of Johnson. Thankfully fielded by a Caveman teammate. Johnson's got it now, cross-court pass to Matherly, and she's going to drive in, find Brew. They're looking for something. Any lane to drive through. It's just drive and penetrate now, and then Johnson goes up and lays it up and in.
She had a wide open path for her. She saw the opening, and she's like, you know what, I'm going to take this, went up and got that layup.
Like I said, they were looking for some kind of crease in that defense. They found it. Johnson takes matters into her own hands and goes and lays that one up and in.
Yeah.
They'll call a reach on her there. Again, those fouls, not what you want. Nice pass by Young. She'll drive in just like that. Easy routine layup. That's easy 2 points every time.
Yeah, especially if you're quick on your feet on offense, you're going to get those openings, because sometimes defense, they're not really on their game. And then you see those openings and you take the shot.
Getting called for the foul there, Johnson. You like the defensive effort, but you don't like swatting at an opponent. Getting called for the reach, because what she did there is going to get called for a reach almost every time. There, a shooting foul, and now number 0, Emily Downey will go ahead and shoot 2 free throws here. The Cavemen lead by 11. And that first free throw won't affect that in any way. She's got one more to try to cut down this Caveman lead. That one is good.
Sometimes the second try is always the one, and then she got it in.
Yeah, free throw is very important. Brew nearly in trouble. Finds Shine, who will get it to Matherly. Nice pass by Matherly over to Brew. Brew goes up. And that shot's no good off the left side of the backboard.
Just a little bit too far off to the side. Only if she could have gotten in a little bit closer, she could have gotten that shot up.
You know, sometimes these things happen where you get the ball and you get a little nervous and you know you want to put up a shot really bad. And there, I think that's just what happened. And just sometimes that's what goes on. And off the miss of Johnson, Shiner's going to miss as well, and it's going to be rebounded, taken the other way.
Those are easy layups, too, especially when you're wide open. And then sometimes you get a little bit too nervous, and then you miss your shot.
Sometimes you're just throwing up whatever you can.
Yeah.
Young, nice pass. Johnson couldn't finish it there. It was a little bit in front of her, and they're going to easily call that traveling violation. Let's go ahead and take a look at this replay here. Craig on your screen. And that's a nice little swat there. Nice deflection by Holly Shine.
Yeah, she took the risk, especially if, like, having those fouls, too. Those refs are really on it. And she took the risk, swatted it out, and got it to her teammate.
Yeah, and that was all ball. She timed it perfectly, just like Young did right there. Routine layup. That one's good. A nice play on both sides.
It's that half-court press. She's really on her, pressuring her, too, so then she has to force a pass.
Passing it around. These Griffins are moving fast, maybe a little too fast for their own good. That one passed right into the hands of Holly Shine.
Yeah, you just got to be really careful. Sometimes you get really nervous, too.
Yeah, and the nerves are normal, but you want to make sure it's not forcing turnovers, and both teams are doing that now. Nice pass there. The layup try is no good, but she did get that foul. That's a nice take there by the sophomore, Claire Craig. So now she'll shoot 2 free throws. They trail now by 12 with 2:08 remaining here in this first half. 2 big free throws. She'll nail the first. She's got one more opportunity here, and that'll cut the lead down to 10.
Sometimes you got to be careful with your fouls, too, because if they're about to shoot, then that could give them an easy lead. Free throws, they're called free throws for a reason. Easy shots.
Yeah, and you got to make sure you nail them. That's the biggest part of it. She will nail both of those, and now only 10 points separate these two. Matherly handling the rock, pulls up, shoots, mid-range, no good.
If only the Cavemen drove to the basket, kind of boxed out the Griffins, then they could have gotten the ball and then put it right back up for Grace.
They say the Cavemen, Nia Johnson, did deflect the ball a little bit before it went backcourt, and this one, they'll say the same thing. Pass inside, tipped by Matherly, and it'll stay with the Griffins as she swatted that one out of bounds. We got a substitution here. Grace Matherly and Nia Johnson will, Nia Johnson will stay in the game here. It'll be Reese and Grace Matherly that'll check out, and Maral Farin and Gemma Balloon will go ahead and check in for those two. Another foul call there. The Cavemen got to be careful. They're already at 5, so the bonus has been reached.
Oh, yeah, you got to really be careful with your fouls. You always got to watch, too. Got to watch where your hands are. Got to have your feet planted, ready to go. Because once they draw up that foul, easy shots for the Griffins.
Maral just checked into the game and got herself a quick little foul. Both free throws are made. This team has been pretty efficient from the charity stripe so far. That was Julie Nagy that nailed both of those, and now going up A lot of contact, but no call. Emily Downey on that try. Young will go ahead and take things the other way with 1:10 left in this first half. That one over the head of Young and the outreached arms. Out of bounds. Another turnover that could be easily avoided.
Yeah, you just got to watch where you're passing to. As I said, you got to really just look up to see where your teammate is at in order to get those good passes, because sometimes you're going to throw it over and it's going to be far off their reach.
That layup, nice. Very routine, drives in. Nothing was going to stop her from getting to that basket. Elizabeth Craig on a nice little run here. She's got 8 so far, and that's another turnover for the Cavemen. She'll go again, try to make it 10. No. That try, no good either.
So like Holly, she was there. She saw the first missed layup, and then she got the second one, grabbed the ball, and gave it right to Mariah.
That one's out of bounds. It'll go the other way in favor of the Griffins.
I feel like it's that corner there that's really getting the Cavemen off their feet. Going to that corner could really affect it and getting it out of bounds and then having a turnover.
After that dead ball, Holly Shine's going to take a seat, and Gracie Betzer's checked in. Uh-oh, the ball got a little loose from the officials. See Nia Johnson on your screen. She's having a solid game so far. She's got 7 points, only 1 foul. She's accounted for here today. A young sophomore. The Cavemen are hoping to bring some fireworks to their offense and defense.
Yeah, Nia, she's quick. Just like Mariah, they're both really quick with ball handling and on defense.
And just as we were talking about it, Johnson goes ahead, steps in front, gets the steal, and takes it the other way. Gemma Balloon's going to miss that layup try. And now they have 7/10 of a second to make something happen.
Now they got to be really quick with this in order to get the pass in, get that shot up, so then they can get the lead in for the second half.
Farron just checked out because they wanted Matherly to get the last shot. And nice call by Coach O. She is going to convert. Add 2 more to the Cavemen total here in the first half. They now lead 24-16.
That was a great pass, too. She saw that she was open. Matherly, she got that shot up and then got the buzzer beater and got her team up by 2 points.
Yeah, that's a really nice shot. We saw that one easily counted. All business after that shot, knowing that there's still a lot of work to do. 24-16. We've got a 10-minute intermission here in this one. We'll be back with some halftime stats and things like that when we come back here. Cavemen lead over the St. Thomas More Griffins here on the Mishawaka Network.
Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Commissioner Paul Neidig.
It is our weekly conversation with the Commissioner. Welcome into the Commissioner's Corner. I'm Brendan King alongside IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. Paul, we're a week away crowning state champions at Lucas Oil Stadium. The IHSAA football state finals coming right up. It is a great time of year, my man. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. It is a phenomenal time of year, and it's a great year to be playing football in the state of Indiana. One, if you're a Colts fan, and we're going to invade their territory here in a couple of weeks and celebrate a state championship 6 times in a 2-day span. So we're excited about it.
I think that's something worth talking about every single year. And I'll never forget the first time I ever had a chance to broadcast a state championship. It was 2021, and I'll never forget it because Drake Bowen and Andrean won the game that I broadcasted. Of course, now Drake Bowen starring at Notre Dame. But the guy that was playing on that field on Sunday against the Indianapolis Colts was a guy named Tom Brady. And those are the moments and the storylines that you're not going to get anywhere else, because you think about it, Paul, you're going to have 6 tremendous state championship games, and then the Colts are going to play on that turf on Sunday. That is so unique, and that happens nowhere else.
Oh, it is. It doesn't happen in many other spots. I mean, there are a few state associations that champion their state championships in their professional facilities, but the relationship that we enjoy with the Indianapolis Colts is just different here in Indiana, from how they support the coaches associations and, coach of the week, and then they celebrate the teams. The teams that win the state championships come back to Lucas Oil to celebrate. And I mean, it's just different here. And again, it's we talk about growing basketball, but we do a pretty good job of growing football here also.
So we were just talking off the air. You had a meeting with some 1A and 2A school athletic directors talking about, getting schools on the map and building programs. And I think it's interesting, Paul, that you had that meeting, considering the fact, look at 2A right now. 3 of the final 4 teams in 2A are all undefeated. And then the 4th team is Andrean. You talk about that state championship history there. So 1A and 2A football and sports in general, Paul, continues to grow.
It does. And, one of the things that we know here at the association is it's so important for us to listen, and we have schools of all sizes. We have schools in Indiana that are less than 100, and we have 2 that are right at 5,000 students. But we have to listen to our schools, and the majority of our schools in the state are 1,000 students or less. And so we had a great meeting here today with about 30 athletic directors to come in and let's just talk education-based athletics and do our rules work for smaller schools the same way we work for our largest schools in the state. And so great conversation today here in the office.
That's Paul Neidig, the commissioner of the IHSAA. I'm Brendan King. This is the Commissioner's Corner. Paul, of course, this time of year, it's almost transition time as well. You're going from football right into basketball. Girls basketball has been underway for a matter of weeks. Boys basketball right on their tails. And of course, one thing I'm sure that gets brought up consistently, it's a proposal from the Coaches Association, is the shot clock and, the opinions on that every single year. Can you talk through that as you get set for another basketball season?
Well, it's certainly something that's really discussed a lot, and with our friends to the south in Kentucky and Illinois recently adopted it. It continues the conversation here in Indiana, and our Coaches Association is looking at it and surveyed their coaches. And I can see the aspect of having a shot clock, but I attend a lot of games, and I just don't see games where the possessions run a minute or longer. I also think that we have the best coaches in the world coaching Indiana high school basketball. And if the name of the game is possession control and being able to put your team in the best position to be able to win a game, I struggle taking that tool away from our coaches. But time will tell. We'll see what happens here, and we'll take all the information we can get. And at some point, we'll continue to look at whether it's going to happen here in Indiana or not.
You're the best. Really fun week coming up. Looking forward to seeing you next weekend, Paul. And we'll crown some state champions at Lucas Oil Stadium. We'll see you then.
See you then.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig, and thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
All right, this time for real. Welcome back, folks. I'm Daniel Phillips alongside Harmony Lombardo. Sorry to cut off IHSA Commissioner Paul Neidig. We're now going to bring to you some halftime stats. We've got a 24-16 score here, matchup between the Mishawaka Cavemen and the St. Thomas More Griffins here in the Cave, Mishawaka, Indiana. The highlighters here in this one on the Mishawaka side, we've got Grace Matherly with 8 points. She had that fun buzzer beater there to end the second quarter. The first half, did a great job there. Checked in with 7/10 of the second left. Coach O, great basketball sub there. He goes in, they lob it up to her on the inbound, and she lobs it right up and in. And Nia Johnson also has 7 points, only 1 foul to her name, and a number of steals. She's been playing great on both sides. The Cavemen are in good shape. However, we've got Elizabeth doing a great job as well. Elizabeth Craig, to be exact. Her sister and her are doing a great job. Her sister named, Elizabeth and Claire. We've got 3 pairs of sisters, Harmony, on this St. Thomas More Griffins team. But she's got 8 points, Elizabeth does. She's been leading the charge. She's got half of the Griffins' points so far here in the first half. In the second half, what are you expecting to see from the Cavemen to try to extend this lead that they've got?
I'm really hoping that they just, especially on offense, just crashing the boards. If they miss a shot, get those shots back up. That could help them lead, too, by a huge amount. And then on the defensive-wise, just really trying to get those traps in really good, trying hard not to foul either. That's what they've been in foul trouble these last couple of games, which is not really good for them. So hope that they just don't foul, get the ball, get those points up.
I agree. I think everything you said was spot on. If they do those things, they should be in great shape, securing a win here. Let's go ahead and shift our direction to some events we've got coming up here on the Mishawaka Network. Tomorrow, on Wednesday, we've got a school board meeting. Make sure to tune in. That one will start 6 o'clock. Make sure to tune in and see what things are going on in the School City of Mishawaka School Corporation. So make sure to check into that. And then also, we've got on Sunday, Vespers, the annual concert, Christmas concert that the amazing Fine Arts program puts on here in the auditorium. That one will be at 3 o'clock. 3 p.m. is when that one will be going live here on the Mishawaka Network. So make sure to tune in. Let's go ahead and shift our direction back to some Cavemen girls basketball here. Elizabeth Craig's got it. She's in some trouble, and that one, they'll say, is off the hands of a Griffin, and it'll go the other way. The Cavemen now retain possession.
That's what I was talking about with those traps, especially with the Griffins. They've been kind of fumbling the ball with the traps. So once they get those traps set and ready, then they're kind of in trouble, especially if only that 10-second call to get over half court. Those traps could really help the Cavemen get up with those turnovers.
Mamalenti's got it now, and like you said, the idea of this one solely almost is ball security. Do not turn the ball over. She'll go up, draw a nice foul. Actually, never mind. They'll call that an offensive foul. Okay. So offensive foul, never mind on Millie Mamalenti. I thought for sure that'd be a shooting foul. So now Elizabeth Craig will go ahead and inbound this one for the Griffins here. Interesting call.
Yeah, they came in with this full court press. Sometimes they get those traps in by where out of bounds is at, and that's been really helping them with score.
Nice steal there by Madeline. Not sure if she was just trying to keep it in play or hit it off the leg of a Griffin, but either way, it ended up working out nicely. Reese Bruce got it. Off the pick from Matherly. She'll take a shot. Spot up jumper, no good. That one's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Cavemen. So they'll keep possession on their side of the court.
Leah has been she's been really having to get those jump balls too. She's always crashing the boards, grabbing the ball, trying to rip it apart so then she can get back up. But sometimes she just draws the jump ball. But it could be in her favor too.
Anytime you can get the opportunity even to get the ball back or keep the basketball in your hands, you want to go after it. Grayless misses there from the left wing. The Cavemen here, a little favored coming into this matchup, but it's been fairly close. And they'll call a traveling violation there on Young. She's had a number of those so far this season. She's a young freshman, right, Harmony? And she's trying to get used to the speed of the game.
Sometimes she actually does get, really used to it, but sometimes she just gets in her head a little bit, gets a bit too excited, and kind of moves her feet before dribbling the ball, which could really affect them.
No doubt. That one, nice steal by Mamalenti. She's taking it the other way. She's got Brew and everybody to her side. She's going to take it herself, and she's going to convert there on the layup try.
She saw the opening. She took the girl on, and she was like, you know what, I'm powering through. She powered through, got that layup to score for the Cavemen.
Traveling violation there on the other end. It'll go the other way. That one was Julia Nagy that they caught there. Moving a little too fast without dribbling the basketball. Young's got it now. She'll dish it over to Grayless, and now Young inside. That should be easy. She'll go ahead and try it again. Like I said, easy as can be for Grace Matherly. Just a little fluke there on the first try. Gets her own rebound, puts it right back up.
Especially with that posting up, if she misses, she could get that ball right back up.
Came in playing nice defense here, forcing turnovers. Interesting call. They'll call the jump ball there. Almost saved Craig there from committing a traveling violation. But you see here, getting her own rebound, nice offensive rebound. Just like that George Mikan drill when you're going up, little baby hooks on both sides of the hoop. That's what it looks like. Go another jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of the Cavemen. It'll go their way. Like you were saying, Harmony, the fact that she has that length and she's able to crash the boards that effectively, Grace Matherly is such an important and helpful piece on that Caveman side, especially offensively.
Oh, yeah. Crashing the boards is, one of the main things that they need to, work on, too. Because sometimes they just kind of stand there and watch.
Reese Brew all net from three. We saw that perfect angle here from the right wing. She laced it. Looks like somebody hurt here. Caveman foul they'll call on Reese Brew. And Elizabeth Craig is on the ground. We see this great shot here from Reese Brew. She laces it from three. That extends the Caveman lead now to 15. And see Craig, she got up. Excuse me, that wasn't Craig. I'm not sure actually who's on the floor right now. She's getting handled. The trainer, Maddie and Hannah, they're out there helping her out. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break here with 5:11, 31-16 in favor of the Cavemen as we let the trainers do their job here on the Mishawaka Network.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
It was Emily Downey of the Griffins there. That Maddie, and I'm sorry, that's not Hannah Hess, it's one of her student trainers helping her off the court. They'll go ahead and treat her as necessary, and hopefully she's back in playing shape here sooner rather than later. Off the Caveman fouls, Griffins basketball. Craig sees the open three. Eyes get wide. She shoots it. No good, but off a few bobbled Caveman defenders. She's going to get her own rebound, and she'll take another three. That one, no good either, but they're going to try and get another offensive rebound. No. Grace Matherly's going to do what many do on the football field when there's a fumble. Just go ahead and lay on it.
Yeah, that's sometimes actually a really good tactic, too. So then the opposing team is not grabbing the ball and trying to rip it and then getting it back up. So then you're just going to kind of lay on it and get the jump ball.
Inbounded, Craig's got it again, Elizabeth Craig. She's going to go ahead and kick that one off. That one too long. Rebound, Reese Brew. Settles things down. Caveman looking to attack again. Their last score was a few moments ago off of Reese Brew 3. Let's see if she tries to put some up again. She's going to lose her dribble. It's stolen. It'll go the other way.
Yeah, she's got a little bit too kind of rowdy with the dribbling, kind of a bit too fast for her own self, and then lost the ball and made it a turnover.
Veronica Kloska goes up and nails that one for 2 more points in favor of the Griffins. Craig will take another open 3, and that one will fall. Elizabeth Craig, she has been electric from 3. She's got 3 threes already to her name.
Yeah, the Cavemen, they really got to get that hand up with her. If she starts shooting more, and they could come back up with the lead, even though it's only down by 10 points. Those threes could really be helpful and benefit the Griffins.
Mamalenti just too long on that pass there. She had Young wide open. It's a little too long on the pass. And those are some of those things, Harmony, that come with basketball IQ and experience, just being able to see with that hand-eye coordination, this is how far I need to throw it, this is where I need to throw it, for her to catch it in stride.
Yep, you just got to watch who you're passing it to, hope that they're still open by the time you look away and then pass. Or even just make those immediate passes too, because if you look away for even a slight second, it could be taken away from you and then it's no longer there.
Almost a nice steal there off the miss, but they're going to go ahead and say that Millie touched it last. She doesn't like that call very much. It'll be St. Thomas More basketball. That one tipped and stolen by Young. Young's got Brew open. She's going to take it herself. Layup is good in transition. Nice layup there.
So sometimes, especially on the Griffin side, for defense, you really, once they get that ball, you really got to hustle back on the other side and get right back on defense, and then they're not making those wide open shots. That's how the Cavemen are getting their lead right now.
That 3 no good. Finds the hands of a teammate, and that one's no good either. Rebounded, fielded by Young. That's off the Veronica Kloska miss. Driving in is Reese Brew. They're going to go ahead and call that traveling violation and a timeout called by Coach O. He's not a big fan of that call there. Let's go ahead and check this. Great play by Mariah Young. Just in transition, off a turnover, goes ahead and lays it up and in. We've got a pause here in play. First they pointed to a timeout, and now there's a conversation maybe regarding the substitution of Ednaya Johnson for a player currently on the court for the Cavemen. No, they're going to go ahead and shoot free throws. They're going to call a technical on Coach O. My apologies. I thought they were signaling a timeout. Usually they don't go ahead and put that T there, but it will be for the Tech, and she'll nail both free throws. That's Elizabeth Craig, and now Ednaya Johnson will finally check in. Mariah Young will take a seat. My apologies there for the mix-up. Technical fouls are not something you see a lot here in the Cave.
No.
Girls or boys basketball.
Kind of rare too, but then sometimes you just kind of mess up and then get the technical.
Driving in and took a little bit of a hop, but they're going to call a foul before then. Interesting call there. So Julia Nagy now to shoot 2 free throws. First one no good. Young will check right back in for Leah Grayless. Now Nagy again to cut into this double-digit lead, make it single digits here. That one's no good off the right side. It's a violation that she didn't touch rim, they say. So now after the lane violation, it'll go the other way in favor of the Cavemen. Inbound to Grace Matherly. She'll walk this one up the court. Now Bruce got, they got to cross half court. That one's off of a Griffin and out of bounds. So we'll stay with the Cavemen. Don't believe that's where Brew intended to deliver that basketball, but it works out in the favor of the Cavemen. So
Yeah, I think she was trying to pass it to Grace Matherly, but then kind of hit off the foot of a Griffin, but made it into their favor.
Mamalenti's got it now. Sizing up her defender, she'll dish it over to Brew. Now Mamalenti again. Brew going to go ahead and pull up. Mid-range free throw line, no good. That one's tipped. Out of bounds, last touch. St. Thomas More. No, never mind. Now last touch, Cavemen.
Yeah, with those tips that I saw, you kind of got to be really careful with that, because sometimes you're not gonna, your teammate's not gonna be right there, and then it's gonna be right out of bounds and then into the other team's possession.
Grace Madley, not a fan of that foul call on her. She said that was all ball, but the officials disagree.
Yeah, sometimes it's all ball, sometimes it's a little bit on the lower half with contact, but you just got to play it out, forget it, and then get right back on the court.
Right, short-term memory is key. Nagy's going to go ahead and convert on that first free throw. We've got some subs coming in. Gracie Betzer and Holly Shine. We'll check in for Reese Brew and Grace Matherly. 1 second under 2 minutes remaining in this third period. As that second free throw is good. Cutting into this Cayman lead now. Now stands at 8 points. Betzer inside to Young. Young will kick it back out. And Betzer's got it. She's a three-point specialist. She's going to go ahead and get it to someone else who can bang it in from three. That's Nia Johnson. She'll nail it from the right wing and extend their lead back to double digits. Now stands at 11 points.
Yeah, if you had those open shots, especially at the three, and you're at such a
Another steal by Nia Johnson, and that layup is good in transition off the breakaway steal.
See, like those press breaks, too, those are really helpful for the Cavemen. Easy steals and then get it right back up to them.
Griffins try to respond. They're going to lose the basketball. Jump ball, that one is in favor of the Mishawaka Cavemen. The Cavemen looking to ride this hot streak. Johnson's going to nail a three. Didn't get a steal. So you can see here on your screen and lay it up and in on the other end. Johnson having herself a monster game.
Those are really good opportunities, too, especially with a game this close. Getting those layups, getting those steals, getting yourself right back up, it's really great for the Cavemen.
That one, last touch Johnson. That one, maybe you just let it go. She was trying to make the hustle play. Big Griffins ball. They cross half court here. Pass inside, intended for Nagy. That one's lost. That one, Betzer, is also tipped. The Cavemen will go ahead and secure this one, though. Mamalenti, the three, too long. Bounces off the back end, but they say last touch there by number 11, Grace Downey. So we'll stay with the Cavemen. And a timeout called, probably a good timeout there by Coach O. Giving the Cavemen an opportunity to regroup here. They're up by 13, however, 38-25 in their favor. They're going to go ahead and try to pile on this lead here on the Mishawaka Network.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Welcome back here, folks. We've got a few seconds here remaining in this third quarter, 32 to be exact. Inbound, Mamalenti to shine, and she'll take a quick shot from mid-range, no good. Rebound, however, by Nia Johnson. And a push called. They'll call it on the Cavemen there, and so now St. Thomas More basketball. Saw Grace Madley hit the ground. Gracie Betzer hit the ground and assumed that it was on the Griffins, but they say no, on the Cavemen, and now there's a stoppage in play. Coach O having a conversation with the official near the scorer's table. Some issue here, not sure what that was. My apologies, didn't catch that. Okay, now we're going to inbound again and try this one more time. With 15 seconds left, Elizabeth Craig working on Holly Shine. Looking around for somebody.
Holly Shine was really getting on her, and look at it, Naya.
Steal again, breakaway layup, and that one is good as well. She's got 14 points, they say. Before the buzzer sounds, the Cavemen lead by 15 here. Let's go ahead and check out this replay. And Nia Johnson strips it away from Craig, and like clockwork goes to the other end and lays it up and in for a 14th point here. The Cavemen lead 40-25 here. We're going to go ahead and take a 30-second break on the Mishawaka Network.
Forte Waterproofing is celebrating over 60 years of satisfied customers. Experience, innovation, hard work, confidence, pride, honesty, integrity, determined, committed to achieve excellence. Fix it with Forte, fix it for good.
Coach O, amongst other assistant coaches, talking with the Cavemen there at the bench. Getting ready to get a break. What a way to end that third quarter there. Nia Johnson, another steal, breakaway, go back and deliver on the other end. Nice little easy layup. She's now got 14 points in this ball game. She's been crucial in this Caveman lead by 15.
Yeah, she's been on fire this game. Getting those steals, seeing the open layups, and taking them up.
Elizabeth Craig trying to keep this thing going for St. Thomas More. Throws it into traffic. Now Johnson over to Shine. She'll step back. That one too short. Johnson fighting for the rebound. She's got it, but she's definitely out of bounds. It's got people flying on the floor here. Got to be careful. That court is hard. You don't want to fall on that.
Oh, no.
After the turnover now, St. Thomas More's got it. We've got, again, another game with a lot of turnovers. Not something you like. It's not extremely entertaining. As a basketball fan, I would imagine. But it's a part of the game. Craig no good on that three off the front end. And Millie Mamalenti will go up, and it's good. She gets the and one. An opportunity to convert a three-point play there.
That was good on her part. She saw, just like how Nia does, they see the opening for them. She kind of had a girl on her, but she was able to swerve out of it and then get the and one.
Yeah, nice job there. That one is good. So she will convert on the three-point play there. That helps out that Caveman lead a lot. Extends it to 18. Craig dribbling around and no good on the layup attempt. All that work. And we've got a traveling violation.
Yeah, sometimes they're a bit too quick on their feet, kind of trying to get the ball, calm it down a bit, but then a little bit too feetsy and then kind of moving along.
I believe that one was called, no, they'll say on the St. Thomas More player here. Confusion. I thought maybe it was called on Anaya Johnson before the turnover. But no, okay. So, Caveman ball. Officials, just like all of us, trying to ease into things a little bit here in this fourth quarter. Mamalenti, no good on the three. Rebound, try to put it back up. Johnson. And on the third try, Holly Shine will get it done there at the left block.
See, look, crashing the board really benefits it, like I've been saying, really benefits it and getting those shots up.
That shot is up and no good. Rebounded by Shine. They'll take it the other way. Attempt by Claire Craig, sister of Elizabeth. Grayless will find Mamalenti. They're trying to find something. Betzer leans back, and that one's going to rattle in.
So those open people, you really got to get on your person. But once you see that opening, you got to immediately pass it. Don't think for a second. Just open and get that shot up.
And one opportunity there. We're going to go ahead and check out this replay first. Nice pass inside. Betzer, the contested baseline shot, nails it for a fourth point. And she will convert there. That's Elizabeth Craig nailing the free throw for a three-point play. And a timeout called by the Griffins here. 47-28 in favor of the Mishawaka Cavemen as they lead by nearly 20 here on the Mishawaka Network.
Some see a high school football stadium.
Welcome back here as you see the Mishawaka cheerleaders doing a great job there. A number of those cheerleaders also did football cheer. Names like Maddie Erickson, Haley Kuzmix, Michaela Blake, they were all members of that cheerleading squad for the Mishawaka Cavemen football team. Gracie Betzer driving down, finds an open Grace Matherly, and they'll say the basket won't count. Traveling violation. Not a fan of that call. Some attendees here. I don't think Grace Madley was a big fan of that call either.
Not at all. Travels are just kind of just some weird calls. Sometimes you won't even travel and they'll just call it.
Sometimes, it's debatable. Other times it's pretty obvious. I think that one was debatable.
Yeah.
Had to take another look at it, but nevertheless, play continues, and that one's an offensive foul called. That one not liked either. The sophomore, Claire Craig, not a fan of that one. She was pushing it off, the official says, and now the Cavemen have got the basketball. Whistle blows, and now Betzer will go ahead and inbound this one to Mamalenti. And Nia Johnson had an opening, decides not to take it. She'll drive in instead. She's been great there. No good. It pops out into the hands of Matherly. She's short on her try. That one knocked around. Matherly will try again. They say foul on the ground. No shot anyhow. So now Betzer will go ahead and inbound this one from the baseline.
Griffins, they got to be careful. They're in kind of a bit of foul trouble with 3 fouls only in the fourth quarter. If they get any more, it's easy shots for the Cavemen.
Nice play at the rim there by Grace Matherly. She's going to go ahead and add 2 more to the Cavemen score total. As that one is lost out of the hands of the Griffins. But they'll say last touch Cavemen, and it'll stay Griffins ball. Inbound to Craig. And that one nearly caught in traffic, but the layup's going to be no good anyhow. That was Veronica Kloska on the try. On the other end, Nia Johnson will convert again. 16 points here this evening, having herself quite the day.
Yeah, and Nia, she's always open, always trying to find ways to get open and get those shots up for her team. Millie giving that pass, too, was really good on her part as well.
Craig, the shot, no good. That one tipped out of bounds. Who touched it last? They say the Griffins did. So now the Cavemen will take it back. We've got some subs coming in. Nagy will check out for the Griffins. Matherly for the Cavemen. Rolf Farn will check in for the Cavemen. And number 11, Grace Downey, will get some playing time here for the Griffins. Balloon, the freshman, will nail it from 3. Gemma Balloon gets it done from beyond the arc.
Cavemen, they're really up with those threes today. I'm really impressed by it. That's how they get the score up, get those threes.
An illegal screen there, moving screen, drives Millie Mamalenti to the ground. That one almost, probably one of the easiest you can call there.
Yeah. Those kind of screens are kind of obvious too, especially if the person getting screen falls. Got to call it.
Marilee will take a seat. Mamalenti will take a seat. Right now on the court for the Cavemen, you've got Balloon, Johnson, Betzer, Farhan, and Gulius. Now a conversation between the officials. You can see them on the screen a little late. They're now separating. Conversation of something, not sure. Maybe it was something with the clock. Now the officials heading back to have a conversation with the officials and Coach Bob King of St. Thomas More. I'm assuming it has something to do with the scoreboard, Harmony. I'm not sure if it's... I'm going to assume it's time. I'm not sure if it's... I would think it had to be time. And usually with the clock, you got Dave Rendell running it. I would say that it's almost a guarantee that he didn't get it wrong. And if he did, it would have been fixed pretty soon.
Yeah, normally he's on point with the time, so anything could be happening at the moment.
Maybe something wrong with the player's stats on the scoreboard or fouls.
Something.
Not sure, but... Okay, controversy on whose ball it was. Okay, maybe it was on the moving screen. They were talking about whether that was the right call or not. They're going to say it was the wrong call. So it'll be St. Thomas More basketball, and nobody agrees with that, except for St. Thomas More, of course.
Yeah.
We've got a full timeout here, but still a question on what's going on between Coach O and the official here. We'll keep it here for now. Let's go ahead and discuss some things that's been going on so far. The Cavemen lead by a very good amount, 16 points as of right now. 26 points. Got to make sure I do my math correctly. So they're in good shape. It's nearly a 30-point lead here for the Cavemen. And in the year that they've been having, they certainly need wins like these to keep that team morale as high as it can be and continue trucking through the season.
Yeah, it's good for them, too, especially with the points how they are right now. It's a good lead for them. Getting this win, and especially in the fourth quarter, really good for the Cavemen and their record.
Let's talk about Coach O. It's the second season here with the Cavemen, the girls' coach here. Last season, we talked to him before the first game against Riley, and he said, look, that first season is, of course, not where we wanted to be at all. At any point throughout that season, it wasn't delivering what anybody in the program wanted, but it was more about development than anything. These young players they still have a lot of young players, but they had a lot of young players last year. It's about them developing and getting better. And now this season, that journey continues, but they're hoping for better results. Looking to add another one in the win column here tonight if they can close this one out. Elizabeth Craig's got 16 points here in this contest so far. Looking to add to that total. The floater, no good. Pops right back into her hands. She'll go up again, and that try, no good either. Gracie Betzer will take it the other way for the Cavemen. Balloon's got an open three, decided not to take it. We'll swing it over to Johnson instead, who will pull up for the mid-range shot, no good. They'll call a foul on the ground on the Griffins. Let's go ahead and take a look at this here. She decided to take the dribble, go up, and they'll call a foul. We've got a substitution here. Anaya Johnson will take a seat, and Leah Grayless will step foot on the court for the Cavemen. Balloon will go ahead and inbound that one to Goyas, and now they'll pass it around the perimeter. Look for an open lane. They want to keep adding to this scoring total. Grayless and Goyas passing it back and forth. Goyas has got it now, passes it into traffic, and that one's lost in the sauce, and it's going back the other way. Clear.
If only she
Craig,
pivoted.
no good. She's going to lose the ball, and it's like the ball's got oil on it.
Yeah, it's been kind of flimsy today.
Slipping through the fingers of everyone. Balloon's got it. The freshman nailed the big three-pointer early on. Oh, wow. And they're going to go ahead and call a carry there as it hit her leg a little bit. That one's going to be called too. Hit her leg, she grabbed it and dribbled again. They'll call that one.
Yeah.
That one will be called pretty routinely. We got 2:40 left in this one, and Craig still going with the same energy she has been all game long. Gets fouled at the rack, and she'll shoot 2 free throws. Elizabeth Craig looking to add to her scoring total. Of course, she would obviously rather the Griffins be in a better position to win here. She's now got 17 here tonight. It's one of the, as a sports fan, the most disappointing and difficult things to watch when you see a player giving their all, performing well, and it seemingly has little to no impact on how their team's doing down the stretch.
Yeah.
It's got to be a team effort to secure wins in any sport, and that one, pass from Gracie Betzer, not fielded properly by Goyas. That one just slips out of her hands a little bit, will go out of bounds, go the other way.
Just kind of got to slow it down, especially with passes, because if you pass it and it just kind of slips out of your hands, and then either it's called a turnover or they might keep it.
That one out of bounds. Last touch, Cavemen. St. Thomas More basketball. That one thrown in traffic off the inbound. They'll call a jump ball here. Possession arrow in favor of the Mishawaka Cavemen. Gracie Betts is going to inbound it. We talked about her a little bit briefly when she was at the perimeter and looking to shoot a three-pointer there. She's very good from three. Once she gets hot from beyond the arc, she's very difficult to stop that catch and shoot. I think they should get her started on that. She was open for a little bit, decides to drive in again, and in routine, she's going to go ahead and lay that one up and in.
Saw the opening for her. She saw that little tiny gap and decided to take it. Didn't even think for a second, just went up.
Gemma Balloon's going to try to get a steal there, but Claire Craig is going to fight for it. Ends up going a little too far, past that baseline, and out of bounds. So Caveman ball. Gracie Betzer, we saw her on that take. Nice job there. Saw the three wasn't there, but she had her defender off balance, decides to drive in. Nice little easy routine layup. Talented basketball player, Betzer. Layup tried, no good by Farhan, rebounded by Grayless, and that one's going to get away from her. They say that one was tipped, so the Cavemen have no trouble on the backcourt. Driving in is Guyas. The shot. That one is good. Jamie Guyas will nail that one. Say maybe she was fouled on that one, but yeah, they're going to say the basket was good. Not sure what the whistle was for there, what violation may have been committed, but the basket will stand. With less than 90 seconds left, St. Thomas More playing for dignity, and they're going to get caught up in the middle again.
Yeah, sometimes going into the middle might not really work for your team because sometimes the opposing team just comes driving in trying to get that ball.
That was Kloska, the freshman who got caught up in the paint. Jump ball's called. She's going to go up again, and that one's going to bounce up and into the hoop for 2 more points for the St. Thomas More Griffins. The freshman's got 4 here tonight. Passing it around. Gemma Balloon, she's been good for the Cavemen here today. Driving in is Maral Farin, and she's going to get that ball stuck in between the hoop and the backboard.
Rare occasion getting the ball stuck, but sometimes it happens.
Gabby Ginder comes to save the day and grabs one of their practice balls. Gets that one unstuck. It does happen. Betzer to inbound here. Looking around for somebody. Finds Farin, and that one in transition is good. Raw Farin nails it at the basket.
She got the ball stuck once. She was like, you know what, I'm going to get this open shot, and made her shot.
Craig thought about shooting it, decides not to. They've got 35 seconds left. Farin's going to go ahead and try to steal that one, and before anything can happen, they say jump ball. It's in favor of the Griffins. Klaus is going to inbound that one, and now Claire Craig will take it up court and look for something. Working on Gracie Betzer, and it's blocked. Nearly got the rebound, but it came and stand tall, and maybe they just dribbled this one out. 20 seconds left. Passing around a little bit. Sure, Coach O sees no reason for them to try to score here. And they'll call a foul. That's an easy push call on Grace Downey. Pushed her out of bounds. And Grace is going to go ahead and shoot free throws. You can see her saying, great. We get to continue this game on for a little bit longer.
Those fouls, sometimes you just got to kind of just keep your hands up and hope for the best, especially when the clock is only down so low. You just got to put your hands up and hope for the best.
First free throw is good. Gracie Betzer nails that one with ease. 7 points for her, potential 8. Waiting here at the free throw line. Gracie Betzer also a volleyball player for the Cavemen. She's going to nail that free throw, and she's got 8 points here today. 5 seconds left. Maybe a little last-second heave, and that one's lost. Gemma Balloon tries to go ahead and have a nice little heroic moment with that buzzer beater. That one's no good. But the Cavemen get a 31-point lead here. They have scored double what St. Thomas More put up here this evening. Did a great job. The Cavemen 62-31 Harmony. How do you feel about the Cavemen performance here tonight quickly?
It was really good, especially for their first win tonight. They did really great with this team, especially defensive-wise. They got them a little bit better, keeping on their feet, and especially offensive-wise, getting those steals, getting those shots up. They were really great.
Yeah, no doubt about it, especially on that defensive end, and then dropping 60 points is something you love to see. Great for team morale. 62-31 win here. Thank you very much for watching this one here. Hopefully everyone's nice and safe at home watching this one. Make sure to tune in tomorrow, Wednesday at 6 p.m. for school board meeting here on the Mishawaka Network. I'm Daniel Phillips. This is Harmony Lombardo signing off.